We have raised, literally, in the last 20 years, $237 million selling lipstick. I was telling Sarah earlier that sometimes when I speak at corporate giving conferences, some men say, so you sell lipstick and computers? Because they can't believe that we've raised $237 million selling lipstick. I mean, that's a ton of lipstick. We are currently sold in 72 countries worldwide. The only way we have been able to raise so much money is the 100% giving model. The 100% giving model also means that all of our retail partners, in Canada that means the Bay, they give back their margin, which means on a $17 lipstick, the department store would usually probably make like $6 or $7. They give us that money back to give away. So one of the things that we spend a lot of time doing, and I met with the Bay today, is saying thank you. And the blonde woman who appears in the video who is so passionate is the president of the company. And we have had several international department stores basically say they were not going to give the margin back. And she goes in and she says, okay, if you don't give the margin back, we're taking our entire counter out of the store. So the way that the 100% model works is that we have the support of the staff. The other way that it works, honestly, is that we are, as in the Bay, as in Nordstrom, as in Macy's, we're the #1 cosmetic company in the store. In Nordstrom in the US, we're the #1 brand, period. They sell more MAC than anything else in the store. And so part of it, honestly, is the bargaining power and the power of MAC and the amount of people that it brings into the store. So we are looking actually, and we've announced we're going to celebrate our $250 million anniversary in July. The reality is, I think all of us hoped by now we would be out of business, that the AIDS epidemic would be over, but it's not. There has been some really terrific advances recently around treatment, which we're all very excited about, and which I'll also talk a little bit about. So this is a map of our giving. One of the things that's a great challenge is the countries that are developed, or the richest, need the least help. But the countries that are the richest are the countries where we sell the most Viva Glam. So we spend a lot of time moving money from different countries. When I arrived 5 years ago, we raised half of our money, 3/4 of our money in the US. It's now half of our money in the US. Like most companies, we are growing globally. The fastest growing areas are the Middle East and Asia, particularly Korea actually is growing very, very quickly. China is also growing quickly for us, but we are a little less relevant because we're a color cosmetic company. We're going very quickly in Brazil, which is a big growth market for us. But what we've done is basically take money, particularly from the UK and Europe, and bring it to South Africa, where you see this big dot. South Africa, as folks may know, has over 5 million people living with HIV. It has the largest number of people living with HIV in the world. The sad part is, compared to the rest of Africa, it's considered middle class, and so a lot of donors have actually abandoned South Africa. We feel that South Africa is really the head of the snake of the epidemic in Africa, and if we don't get it right in South Africa, we can't get it right any place else. We have seen, we've also moved a fair amount of money, as you can see, to the Caribbean. We have a few stores in the Caribbean, and we have a small business in South Africa. But the reality is that we are in those places because it's the right place to be, and it's the biggest difference that we can make.